fellow Americans. My name is Colin Williams. Through this video that you're currently watching, I'm officially announcing my campaign for the position of President of the United States. I am running as a candidate for the Republican Independent Party, or RIP for short. America is at a crucial point in its history, and this election will decide if the United States continues its greatness or dips below its highest potential. America has been in decline in its most important elements: economics, immigration, trade, education, and foreign policy. This must change, and I am the candidate that can put America on the right path to regaining its strength. We as a country must come together to solve the faults in these elements that make our country stand out from others. A very important slogan that will be used with my campaign will be "Bring America Back to Life." America was once a powerhouse country, envied by all the others. Now, through failed leadership and bad policies and corruptness, we're battling with other countries to remain relevant. If we can resurrect the spirit of the old America and regain hope amongst the American people, then we can once again be that independent powerhouse of a country that we are all proud of. Another slogan that will be used is "Make America Soar Again." The representation of the United States as a whole is that of a bald eagle. This is why the mascot of this campaign is also a bald eagle. America right now is an injured bald eagle, so to speak. It is unable to fly or flourish. But with proper care and help, this eagle can once again succeed in the world. The same goes for the United States. It needs someone to step up and get it to soar like an eagle once again. Another reason for my campaign's mascot being the bald eagle is that I am no different than the American people just because I am running to represent them. As I venture towards the office of president, I will continue to reflect the views of all Americans in government. I will be for the people and of the people. I will remain a bald eagle, the representation of the American people throughout my campaign and into offices, as that is what I am here for. My policies are made and supported to do the best for each element of this country. They are what the people want to happen so that we may become powerful in these areas and return to our previous status. In the area of economics, I realize that our economy is not where it used to be. We rely on outside countries for most of our products and production, especially in China. This has resulted in our jobs becoming outsourced to these countries, leaving Americans out of work. We need to restrict unfair access to our markets by these overseas companies because it gives them an unfair advantage over our businesses. When businesses leave the United States, they take their money with them, hurting our economy. To stop this, we're going to implement an exit tax to encourage businesses to remain in the States to help the economy, but also to employ the American people. Large businesses are also to controlling here at home. Restraints can be put in place so that do not take advantage of smaller or startup businesses that are important to the economy. We can also increase tax rates on companies in proportion to how many employees are employed within the company. Lastly, we need to make businesses work for the American people. This can be done by requiring businesses to guarantee benefits for their employees. In the area of immigration, I recognize that our immigration policies is out of hand and the number of illegal immigrants is hurting America immensely. Immigration can be good and opportunistic for all, but it must be done legally. More rigorous background checks must be put in place to vet immigrants before entrance into the country. This is for the safety of the American people, but still allows for the people to come into the country. For immigrants who are cleared to come into America, a more rigorous naturalization program should be implemented towards the process of becoming a citizen. This would put the new immigrants on a path towards being integrated into society easier. Also, fluency in English will be required so that better communication can be achieved to break down the language barrier in this country. We must secure our borders to control immigration and to protect the American people. We wish to enter all immigrants into naturalization courses to make them an American citizen, but a background check must be done on the people entering the United States for the safety of the American people. Controlling our borders is the way to do this. Lastly, and the most revolutionary of the policies, is that no other candidate supports is annexing Canada into the United States. Canada is our biggest ally and has been since the beginning. Through thick and thin, we have stuck together and worked to make the world a better place. Our integration with Canada is just one step away from us being a country united. However, we share the same views and ideas. Our identities seem the same and our relation is unmatched. Therefore, annexing Canada is just the next step we must take to make America soar. In the area of trading, I recognize that trading is very important to the United States and that other countries are beating us out on trade. So we must work to control trade better and to use what we have to flourish. The same goods as those produced in the States cost less when imported from foreign nations. This cannot remain, but a trade tax must be implemented to match the price of imported goods with those goods produced here at home. This will encourage buyers to buy locally sourced goods. Restrictions can be put on trade from foreign nations to stop illegal activities from countries that want an unfair advantage. Simple legislation in America and negotiations with other countries can stop this. To make sure things are done about unfair trade, we must appoint smart and tough negotiators to handle these trade issues. This will ensure that something is done about trade and that American workers and businesses are not taken advantage of. If the annexing of Canada was to occur, then America's amount of resources would be boosting, taking away the need for importation. If we do not rely on the importation of constant trade from then our economy will benefit as we produce our own natural resources. Regulations must be put on, however, how much we use of our resources. We are hurting the environment because of our large usage of resources, so we must work to lessen our impact on the environment. I recognize that our education is failing as well, and students are not being supplied for. Our education is failing our students and not supplying for our teachers. The education for our students needs to be more extensive, for this is what prepares them for their lives. Courses now are not engaging with students, and it's not fun to keep the students involved. Interactive courses can keep the students engaged and relay important information to them. More options and more diversity toward what each student wants their future career path may want to be earlier on their educational experience. This is how we must revolutionize our schools for students. As for teachers, teacher pay is a current issue in this country. Teachers are educators and our students' education. They are an important part of our education system, so they must be rewarded for this manner. Teacher pay is low, so countrywide, an increase in pay for teachers must be implemented. These are the people that are working directly with our students and supplying the next generation with the needs that they have, and is helping them benefit so that they can be successful. A comfortable lifestyle is the least they deserve for their hard work. We should require students to complete high school so that they can take advantage of all the opportunities available to them. This is only for the best of our students so that they can succeed in life. This will also encourage future generations to finish high school. Lastly, we must make sure that our teachers are qualified to be teaching our children. Teachers need to have proper education so that they are able to teach our children and are able to learn from them important skills. In the area of foreign policy, I recognize it needs to be more well-rounded and that our enemies in the Middle East, of which we would rather use as allies. World peace is an improbable ask in today's society, but showing the American wants what America wants. This promotes more friendly relations around the world. Working with our allies as one unified force to solve global issues can also push more peaceful relations. Trade is important to foreign policy, as we use this as a way to peacefully help countries in need of vital resources. With a continuation in vital trade, we also will be involved in the many trade organizations around the world. In this country, we can even push for and defend human rights of the American people as well as others. For example, to those countries that do not fairly treat their citizens, we can help out. Lastly, we must simply get along with other countries, and there's a few ways that this can be done. One way is to promote the CIA, as they are important to our foreign policy. Another way is to represent America in foreign countries. This can be done as it is done now with our embassies. They are the example of the United States and are there to provide security and protection. We must make sure that our embassies make good relations and responsible agreements in the countries that they are in. Finally, our National Security Council must be strong and smart in its decisions about our country's foreign policies that will directly affect our country's future in the world. This must be fixed since it has such an important part in military issues and foreign issues to succeed as a country. These are my policies for when I get in office to bring America and the American people back to life and to soar once again. I hope these policies match what you, the American people, want, and I wish to represent you. I hope and encourage you to vote Colin Williams for President of the United States of America on Election Day. For more information about my campaign or to show your support, go to www.colinforprez.weebly.com. Thanks.